Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We have two recent releases. We have a lot of releases in the Toyota world with regards to new product, previous models getting reintroduced, current models, for example, the current generation Toyota RAV4 getting revamped entirely inside and out to the new generation for 2026, like we all anticipated. But this video is about two fully electric BEV vehicles that got one refreshed and redesigned and updated, and two, previously it was a combustion only four-cylinder powertrain system. It has now been revamped as a full electric BEV. That's the Toyota CHR for 2026. We're going to review and compare side by side which model gets you what and which model might be the right one for you based off the certain criteria that we're going to talk about. Toyota is very notorious for discontinuing certain models and then bringing them back as a refreshed version with different powertrains, etc. For example, we did have the Toyota Venza in the past that got reintroduced in 2021, I believe, as a hybrid-only powertrain system. Now we see this with the Toyota CHR, similar timelines, kind of similar gaps, I should say. And now we have talks about the FJ Cruiser coming back, potentially. That'll be something interesting and cool, but a lot going on in the Toyota world, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And I just realized that I haven't had that neon light on for quite some time as I've been doing my videos and recordings. So if you ever catch it off, please let me know in the comments below and I'll make sure that it's on. But let's dive into this side-by-side comparison of what you get with what. But before we do that, let's actually talk about the design. I've got my laptop here. I'm going to go over side-by-side some comparisons here. Yeah, they look very similar. It's not just your eyes. They do look very similar. Starting off with the front end of the Toyota CHR, this really picks up a lot from the front end of the Crown Signia, I must say. But keep in mind, when you're dealing with fully electric BEV vehicles, the front fascia is usually solid. There's usually not much of a grill or mesh because, well, for aerodynamics and airflow, the purpose is a bit different when you're talking about a fully electric vehicle like the Toyota CHR, like the BZ4X. You'll notice what I'm saying is very similar, but the front end is very distinctive to what we currently have and see on the Crown Signia, maybe also on the new RAV, potentially. We'll find out exactly on Tuesday, May 20th. Stay tuned to the channel. But you see here, it kind of has the similar kind of fog light headlamp assembly here, which is kind of high up just below those LED daytime running lights. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the photos that Toyota did release to us so far on the CHR are kind of, sunset or sunrise shots. But we'll get more photos and more content coming your way on this. Take a look at the CHR versus the BZ4X. Extremely similar front end. I would say that the lower front fascia is a bit different on the CHR, has more of a grill, more of a mesh to it, similar to what we see on various different model Toyota vehicles. But in terms of the front end design, yeah, it's quite similar. The BZ, I'm going to call it BZ4X a lot. Just give me a thumbs down when I do that, I guess. Actually, don't. Give me a thumbs up. The BZ for 2026 looks like it has an LED light bar or LED daytime running light going completely around the front fascia from side to side, which is really, really cool and neat. Okay, let's talk about features. Let's talk about, range. Let's talk about horsepower. Let's talk about size. Diving right into it, guys, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Now, guys, if you want a few more options in terms of available models that you can choose and more off-roading capabilities, then the Toyota BZ for 2026 might be right for you because it will also come available in a Woodland edition for 2026. That's right, similar to the Toyota RAV4 for the current 2025 generation, the Woodland edition will be now available in a full electric BEV, the BZ. It'll feature a 418 kilometer driving range on a full charge and standard equipment like a multi-terrain view monitor. Let's continue on with this review, but if you want to see a full breakdown of what you get with the BZ Woodland edition, let me know in the comments. All right, so both battery electric vehicles for 2026, starting with the CHR BEV, it rocks a compact coupe-inspired silhouette measuring in at 4,520 millimeters in length, while the BZ for 2026 takes on a slightly larger approach with a more traditional SUV profile measuring in at 4,690 millimeters in length. The Toyota CHR for 2026 has much more sculpted lines and a more aggressive hammerhead front end, giving it a sporty flair, while the BZ offers a refined, fresh, color-matched over fenders and sleek LED lighting. Like I previously mentioned, it goes from side to side. Inside both, you get features like a 14-inch touchscreen, ambient lighting, and soft touch materials. The BZ adds more legroom and up to 784 liters of cargo space compared to the 720 liters of cargo space that you get in the all-new 2026 Toyota CHR. Now, everyone, before I go any further on this comparison, if you're not too familiar with the hybrid powertrain system or hybrids in general, whether it has to do with a HEV, a BEV, or something like a plug-in hybrid vehicle like our plug-in hybrid RAV4 and Priuses, previously called the Prime models, you can get the available ebook down below, which is about 50 pages long, and it kind of breaks down the technology a little bit more into detail. But let's carry on with this comparison. Okay, now, under the hood of these two battery electric vehicles, or I should say under the floor of these two battery electric vehicles, both ride on the Toyota's TNGA platform with a flat battery design. The Toyota CHR all-wheel drive gets you 338 horsepower, hitting 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in just 5.2 seconds. The 2026 refreshed and updated Toyota BZ all-wheel drive gets you the same horsepower but slightly quicker response and 0 to 100 kilometer an hour rating of just 5.1 seconds. Toyota CHR front-wheel drive for 2026 delivers 221 horsepower and up to 500 kilometers of range. Wow. The BZ front-wheel drive is a little less peppy at 168 horsepower, and it gets you 378 kilometers range for 2026 on the front-wheel drive. The shared 77 kilowatt hour battery on the all-wheel drive trims keep both model vehicles competitive, but if you want a quicker daily driver with much more thrill, then the Toyota CHR might edge ahead in feel thanks to its tighter suspension tuning and compact stance. Okay, what about when it comes down to charging both of these compact front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive battery electric vehicles from Toyota? Well, both models do support DC fast charging, topping up from 10% to 80% in about 30 minutes. Now, for 2026, they will both come equipped with the North American Charging Standard, or NACS, and offer level 1 and level 2 charging, plus an 11 kilowatt onboard charger. Now, when it comes to interior technology, naturally for 2026, they're kind of a tie. They're both in line. They both come with the latest multimedia technology, interfaces, Apple CarPlay wireless, wireless Android Auto, and regenerative braking paddle shifters all come standard on these models. But the 2026 BZ pulls slightly ahead in terms of ambient lighting customization with 64 colors available, radiant foot and leg heaters in the limited all-wheel drive trim for 2026. What about when it comes to safety? Well, both models do come standard with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. Now, that's going to give you certain safety features like pre-collision warning, adaptive cruise control, lane tracing assist, and proactive driving assist. The CHR XSE all-wheel drive and the BZ limited all-wheel drive add extras like traffic jam assist, and lane change assist. Overall, I'm going to just break down the trims and what we expect to happen in terms of pricing because I know I'm going to get asked that question in the comments. Pricing hasn't been released yet for either, but stay tuned to the channel. We'll probably have pricing out sometime soon. Okay, so the Toyota CHR BEV for 2026 comes in two trims, two models, similar to the Corolla Cross Hybrid. However, with the Corolla Cross Hybrid, they're all-wheel drive. The SE for 2026 CHR comes in a front-wheel drive, and then you can get the XSE in an all-wheel drive. It comes standard with all-wheel drive with a focus on sporty urban appeal on the CHR. In terms of the BZ, it offers more choices. For example, you can get the XLE model in a front-wheel drive, the XLE model in an all-wheel drive, and the limited model comes standard as well in an all-wheel drive, targeting more tech lovers and families with more off-road capability and towing to support up to 3,500 pounds. And on the Toyota BZ for 2026, you can get a panoramic glass roof. Now, when it comes to grade structure and the overall size of these two compact battery electric vehicles, we do anticipate the 2026 CHR to start in at a pricing slightly lower than the Toyota BZ for 2026 because I think the BZ offers a bit more in terms of criteria when it comes to trim and availability and overall size as well. This should all play a part in making the pricing slightly higher or more expensive when compared to the entry-level Toyota CHR. All right, so plain and simple, which battery electric compact all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive 2026 Toyota vehicle should you be going with? Well, in my opinion, I would choose the Toyota CHR BEV if you want more of a stance, if you want something a bit more prominent, bold, sporty, with an EV and sharp styling and amazing city performance. On the other hand, you might want to go with the 2026 Toyota BZ if you're after more interior space and added comfort features and advanced off-roading capability with the available X mode on the 2026 BZ. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you're going to decide to do or what you think in general when it comes to these two new releases from Toyota, one again being a refreshed version of the previous BZ4X for 2025, and the other one is a comeback, the CHR in a full battery electric vehicle. Both have great ranges. In my opinion, you can kind of do away with any range anxiety that you might think you had previously and super fast charging times. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.